today is all about termination systems. It's an important part as you're growing a business to have clear set guidelines of what has to happen and protocols for when someone doesn't step up. Here at Buckingham Palace, and as many of you probably know either from books or being here, there's the Royal Guard and the King's Men, the King's Guard, and they sentries that are there day and night, right? Watching, and they have a meticulous pattern that they follow. Like they have to do things a precise way. If they don't, like there is no deviation ever, right? They do it meticulously every time. If they don't, then guess what? They're not on the King's Guard doing this particular rotation anymore. They get removed and put to someplace else, right? So that's, and listen, maybe they'll survive doing something else. Maybe they're not meant to be on that rotation at all. So that's what it needs to be in your business, though. You need to have that clarity. You need to set the standards and set the expectations. And that's what gives people that understanding. So when you're looking at whether you need to terminate, you first sit down and say, let's evaluate. Let's gather the information, see what's around. So like here, there's all kinds of threats and different things around. The King's Guard has to be ever vigilant. They're always watching. They've got, tons of tourists here, always looking. So you can't deviate and let somebody not be paying attention. Like they've got to be on 24/7. If not, they don't earn the right to stay. If you ultimately decide they need to go, they need to be transferred, you could do an opportunity plan, but you take the time to see if you can rehabilitate, see if you can give them that opportunity to step up. If not, you've got to terminate. You've got to use a good checklist, have a good process, work it through every time the same so that you don't run into HR problems that you terminated someone unjustly versus someone else. So make sure you do it the same all the time. That's an important tip. But listen, you've got to have those checklists. It makes it so that it's less wasted mental energy. It's more fun. It's more enjoyable. I just wanted to jump in here with a couple of tips on your termination systems. Number one, document what you're doing and why you're doing it. It might be internal, it might be for your HR attorney, but make sure you have clear understanding of why you're terminating someone. Number two, use a checklist. Again, it reduces that mental energy. And listen, termination is never easy per se, but at least then you're going to have that opportunity to go through it and be methodical, right? It takes it from being so personal, right? You're following and complying with the guideline, or better yet, your admin or HR person is doing it. So you always want to terminate with confidence, knowing that you've got it handled, you're prepared. Then you prepare for the conversation. Before you walk in, you want to have plan A, B, and C. In other words, plan A, everything goes perfectly. Plan B, maybe they're sobbing, crying, begging for their job back. You have to have a good process for how you're going to handle that. And plan C, what if they're screaming, yelling, arguing with you? What's your plan? What are you going to say? So that's part of your termination system. Having that time, just 5 minutes to think through how are you going to respond to those different scenarios. Then you go and execute. You have the conversation to the point, don't elaborate, get it done. And then the final part is that post-termination. You got to sit in that space, see what really happened, see what went on, make it all come together. So listen, termination is not fun, but with a termination system, it's a lot easier. And take a lesson from Buckingham Palace. If those King's Guards, the sentries don't do meticulously what they're supposed to, listen, at some point, they're going to get moved to a different division, right? There is no room for deviation in that group. So set your standards, know what each person on your team is supposed to do. If they don't, give them an opportunity to do something better in a different group. Otherwise, make the decision, time to terminate, follow your termination systems. Because you got stuff to do. I want you to get out there and thrive. As you can see, I'm in London having fun. Tomorrow, I will be heading back to the US. But I just wanted to kind of showcase the fact that even big organizations like the royal family and Buckingham Palace, they use systems. They are meticulous with what they do, and there's at least in the Royal Guardsmen, there's zero deviation, right? They are pretty set and stern on how it has to go down. So listen, take a page out of their book, use it in your own business. If you need help with your termination systems, let us know. I actually been getting a bunch of requests to do a little 3-day termination clinic. That's something that's of interest to you. Let us know. Pop a note in the comments. So with that, have a wonderful rest of your weekend, everyone, from London and Buckingham Palace. Enjoy. I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.